What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I am bringing you an anime review of Orange, Episode 2, or more accurately, Letter 2. As once again we get another phenomenal episode of this series, and this was a smile that I needed to have on my face after seeing ReZero in a way that just put me through the ringer earlier. It was nice to get this series at the end of my day to kick back to and thoroughly enjoy and thoroughly be immersed in. But at the same time, it is too much feels to have ReZero and this series both on the same day, as even though it didn't wreck me, it still tugged at my heartstrings completely, as today's episode basically brings in more of the sci-fi elements of the series, as it shows Naho dealing with the ramifications of, you know, getting a letter from the future and choosing to listen to it or not, as in a way I guess she can still rightfully be a little bit confused or even doubt this letter that she got from the future, but at the same time the things that it is saying in this letter is coming true. So she spends most of the episode, you know, contemplating, is what she's doing the right thing? Does it matter, or will it change everything overall? And we definitely get an answer at the end of this episode. And the OST in this series is just so phenomenal. It's so soothing. It just puts you in such a good mood. I mean, it's just a feel-good series. And as a manga reader now, because I showed you guys last week, I do have the first volume. It's a big volume. And I'm going to get volume 2 once I'm done reading it. And I might just wait till the series is over. They're doing a good job with the adaptation of this series as well. And we got news from Anime News Network that there's going to be 13 episodes to this series. And that's about 9 episodes shy of adapting the entire series panel for panel, or almost to chapter, as there's only about 22 chapters in the book overall. So I hope once they get to the second half, they don't start rushing things. I hope that they're still able to bring us this phenomenal, great 10 out of 10 series that we're getting so far, all the way to the end. But that's enough about praising this series, because we all know it's good now. So on to the episode. In the next order of business, in the regret letter that Naho reads from her future self, it says 2 things. 1, that Kakeru will join the soccer club, and 2, that his mother never made him lunch. And Naho agreed that she would make lunch for him. However, she changed her mind and didn't do it. So that was another regret that she had. And the fact that she knows, or at least this letter tells her, that Kakeru would not be with them 10 years later racks her mind the entire day, as she understandably doubts and questions this letter and wonders if she's doing the right thing by following it or not. We also get a little bit of more characterization for Naho, or at least how everybody feels about her, as honestly, she is going for best in-game girl with me right now because of her qualities. Her friends kind of poke fun at her, or says that she's more like the mother hen of the bunch, because, I mean, she's cute, she can cook, she can sew, as we find out later in the episode when Suya loses a button and she has a sewing kit in her bag to fix the button for him. And with this whole lunch thing, she just has the ability to make everybody happy. And that's the qualities that you will like in a young lady towards the end of your life, or not end of your life, but when you decide to finally settle down, get married, or what have you. And this type of thing leads to them saying that she's the mother hen, which leads into the big moment with finding this out after we see that Kakeru did indeed join the soccer club, after pretty much being pestered by Suya to do so for about 10 minutes, and find out that he actually is pretty good at soccer. However, he didn't want to join, so he's finally convinced to join the club. And once Suya gets the jacket back that Naho fixed for him, everybody's like, wow, you're just like a mother hen. You do everything. You even make your own lunch. And then Kakeru kind of in a joking way says, then why don't you make me a lunch too? And guys, you know how it is, how you joke about something but you probably really mean it. But Naho agrees. She's like, okay, I'll make you a lunch tomorrow too. And then he's like, wait a minute, I was just joking. You don't really have to do that. So at the end of the day, she goes home. You know, she looks at the letter again. She has reservations about doing this because she's not sure how Kakeru will take it overall if she just brought him a lunch out of nowhere. And then again, it's in the back of her mind that the letter says to do so because it's one of the regrets. So she stays up all night. She makes the lunch anyway, and she finishes up in the morning to her parents' happiness, as they see like, hey, she's actually interested in a guy right now, so that's pretty good. Of course, the dad's a little bit salty, like, wait a minute, she just took my lunchbox, as she runs to school with the lunch in her bag to meet up with Kakeru and the rest of the friends. However, when she gets to school, she still doesn't give it to him because she's scared. She doesn't know how he's going to react to it. There's even a little uncomfortable moment in the episode where Kakeru notices that her bag is heavy and it's more heavier than usual. It looks like she's struggling with it a little bit, but when he reaches for it, she kind of goes away and says no and, drops her bag, and it's a real uncomfortable moment. So she apologizes and Kakeru goes away, only for her to see him later on in the day with Suya, and she goes to apologize. At that point, Kakeru, he says, what, let's go home together. Now, this is big because even Naho says this isn't in the letter. This is a completely new aspect that we're dealing with here. And Suya kind of picked up on something between the two as well. So he said, you two go ahead. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. On this walk home with each other, Kakeru and Naho begin to get to know each other a little bit better, find out their likes, their dislikes, and their hobbies or whatnot. But this is where we start to open up and peel back the layers of the orange of the series. As Naho asks, why won't you join the soccer club? And Kakeru says, because I made my mother a promise that I wouldn't do it. This is also where he reveals that the first day of school and the reason why he didn't show up again for about 2 weeks is because his mother died. And not only did his mother die, she committed suicide. And again, this was on the first day of school, the day that the letter told her not to have him walk home with her. So we're beginning to see the ramifications, the sci-fi elements of time travel and how you can change things. Most importantly, in the first part of the letter that she read, the reason why she was told not to go home. Because think about it, this changes everything. This changes how you will feel, because maybe if they would just let him go home that day, he probably could have got home in time to save his mother, And this type of thing is going to take a toll on Naho. I have a feeling it will take a toll on him, on her throughout the series, because this is something that she could have avoided if she just would have listened to the letter. So after she finds this out about Kakeru, she still doesn't give him the lunch and he's getting ready to go home. But she decides to put her faith into the letter, stops, and gives him the lunch at the end of the day, and not worry about how he's going to perceive it, because she felt that she could have done more. And he accepts the lunch and he is so happy. I mean, the look on his face, he was so proud to get that lunch, and it made her so happy that she was like, I'm going to make you lunch every day. And it was just a heartwarming moment. It had me grinning from ear to ear. It was nice to see the building relationship of these two. But also, as I said in the last video, now with her getting closer to Naho and Kakeru getting closer in this way, is it going to change things for her in the future? As speaking of her future self, we see that everybody's getting together to go to basically pay homage or pay their respects to Kakeru, as again, he dies. And we find out more in the letter that he died in the winter of his 17th year. And the part that is so big about this, it says that everybody feels regret because his death could have been avoided. And with his mom committing suicide, usually that would cause somebody else to commit suicide as well. So it even got my mind racing right now, is what could have happened with Kakeru. How could it be avoided with everybody else? If something happened between the friends that caused the rift. I mean, you can theory craft about this all day, and I want to hear your guys' theories. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think something's going on, because we can see a triangle forming between Suya, Naho, and Kakeru. Maybe something happened between them that caused some type of rift and some type of separation. Maybe they split apart somehow. You know how things happen with friends. You start high school with a set of friends, you end high school either alone or with a different set of friends. So I'm really interested to seeing what caused these events of the accident. It was a car accident. Maybe he got drunk or something. I don't know. We can theory craft about this all night, and that is what makes Orange so good and the sci-fi elements so well right now, that we can all theory craft about what's going to happen. So definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments. I would love to compare things with you. And I'm going to go ahead and end it here, as Naho now vows to trust into the letter and choose that she will save Kakeru. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, as I have no shortage of content for you guys coming. And as I also always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. And I really appreciate that. So thank you for stopping by. So on that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.